Last time we left off, the Hands of Unity entered the Temple of Desire, meaning a halfling man called Clint and his bodyguard L'Oreal. After unlocking the first room, they were transported to a dark forest where they defended a young little girl, Isabel, from a pack of werewolves. They prevented Isabel from transforming into a larger werewolf by, in some way, shape, or form, not 100% sure how, and they managed to clear the room. They then entered a waiting room in the castle of Rasa, going to the next room, where Lady Brimwood explained they were at a ball to celebrate Mace becoming the Knight Commander. At the ball, the group learned Rasa had not been seen, and apparently something. She found something someone left behind. When questioned, people changed the subject. Melusine and Romeo were asked about Mace's preference, leading a female tiefling to flirt with him, but he rejected her. Lucian spoke with a man who knew what Melusine was and asked if he would take care of her, which Lucian denied. Melusine and Romeo gathered information, learning something was stolen from the underground labs, presumably by the Lioness Empire, potentially leading to a war, and that the Inquisitors knew what that item was. Amadia was investigating the temple, trying to exit the ballroom. She found she found only a restroom and then the original exit, and an older Isabel warned her not to leave, but Amadia exited anyways, and she found a new door leading to an empty void. Then she flew over a Empire based town where tieflings were fleeing soldiers. She heard a voice saying, desire freedom, and witness early model Warforge appears to fight the soldiers. A white porcelain raven spoke to Amadia, telling her she wasn't supposed to be there, and to follow it. Amadia flew after the mysterious raven to a clearing on the outskirts of the city. He explained he was a traveler and identified Amadia as a person who's been pushed through time by a divine being. They offered Amadia a way to get back. However, there is a possibility that it could kill her. They informed her that Amadia could also wait, but time always revert back eventually. So she would go back to the proper time and place. However, they don't know how long that would take. Minutes, hours, days, years, etc. Amadia decided not to risk it and wait the spell to revert back. Meanwhile, back at the temple with the group, Romeo and Mel approached the Inquisitors, where they managed to convince them to talk about the item that was stolen. It was revealed to be a new weapon that Rasa herself was developing, and was classified as a WMD. Sources say that the Lioness Empire had stolen it, and now Rasa was on the warpath. However, they were interrupted by a Inquisitor captain who quickly shut down the conversation and punished the Inquisitors who spoke up, causing the group of Inquisitors to quickly leave the room. Romeo and Mel went back to the Knights to get their winnings of the bet. Romeo was then asked to dance, and Mel was charmed by another knight, so she asked him to dance, which he accepted, causing the two pairs to dance to a simple song. Mel was asked if they could go on a date in the future, and Romeo got a kiss on the forehead and asked the same thing. Mel and Romeo agreed, not really believing anything was real. However, both knights mentioned the fact that they hoped to meet the other in the real world, possibly alluding to that these people might be real. When the knights departed, this freaked the two out and quickly regrouped with the others. After sharing this information, it was then noticed that they do not know where Amadia is or where she went to. Before anything else could be asked, Rasa herself entered the ballroom in full battle armor, prepared for war, and was revealed after taking off her helmet. She is wearing a dark red porcelain mask. Rasa welcomed the guests and celebration for Mace, but also announced after today a declaration of war will be announced against the Lioness Empire. There is where we will resume. So, we will first off go a little bit back, and we'll just double check just to make sure we know what Lucian was doing all that time. Lucian, we'll say we'll start back at the point where you saw, you just got done talking to that gentleman, and you saw Romeo and Mel were heading to the group of Inquisitors early, and you saw Mace approaching where the three people that were on a raised platform near the south side of the map was.
Okay.
So during that time, what would you have been doing?
I think he would have been trying to just observe the room. I don't think he would have been taking any steps after what had already happened.
Mhm.
I don't. He would have probably paid pretty good attention to what the ladies were doing, just not a little confused, moderately concerned, but wouldn't interfere.
Okay.
Um, he would definitely start paying a lot more attention once Rasa shows her face around. So,
Okay.
because and I have a question.
Yes.
Obviously I was around back when the war for the rebellion or the war for freedom happened. Does this feel similar? Like I wasn't there whenever present for whatever like the declaration and like the anything like that, but I was around. Does it feel similar in any way? Does that make sense? I don't know how to word that question.
Are you asking if this seems like a similar like scene from the rebellion? Like,
Yeah, does it feel like that? Or does it feel like this is accurately happening in real world now?
I'll say this wouldn't even be a role because a good indicator would be all the well. I'm trying to go up based off of your background. Roll me a history check.
All right.
Oh yeah, and Echo's the UI got updated.
Yeah, I see that. I'll figure it out in a second. It's loading super slow for me. I just opened the tab. I had signed in and hadn't opened the tab yet, so now it's loading everything. All right. Okay. Chat messages. There it is. Did it? I'm clicking, but nothing's happening.
Oh, no.
Error. Wow.
Oh, well, that's not.
Broke.
Let me try again. Welcome, Gore. Let's try this again. Anything?
No. Error. Let me try and I'll close the tab, reopen it, maybe see if that works. Let me see what happens.
Here. Okay. It might just be that's bugging out. When you come back in, do like a normal history check. Like pull up your character sheet and click on history.
Yeah, I'll work from there.
Just might be that's causing things to be an issue.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a module. Got it. Okay. Sadly, everybody's gonna have to roll these manually until I figure out why the fuck it's doing that.
And is the background of the map supposed to just be gray squares, or is it something else?
Hmm?
The map for me is just gray squares.
Is it saying loading at all, or?
No, just gray squares is what underneath every. Like I see all the tokens and everything. It's just gray squares for the.
Everybody else?
I see the purple, the tables, all the NPCs
Yeah,
and
I see all the
everything.
map.
Interesting. I'll look at my settings, see if there's an issue on my end. It's not. It doesn't inhibit anything right now. So.
Okay. Well, if that's the case here, let me test something out. Mel, roll in the chat just to see.
It won't let me click it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Error.
Okay, so it is that module that's being a butt. Okay.
Something always breaks on Foundry every time we play.
Well, that's because this thing is constantly updating.
Yeah.
And sometimes certain modules won't work with certain versions. But I could have sworn everything worked last time. Okay, anyways, you rolled a 21, Lucian.
Yep.
Based on your knowledge and general text, it's a pretty easily to discern that this is very different because this is more modern because the Inquisitors weren't a thing back then.
That's true.
Inquisitors weren't really a part of the original rebellion.
Yeah,
So-
his line of thinking is just that, like, given in his room, it was like a mix of the past and modern. So he was like, does it feel similar? Does it feel like things are coalescing? But I guess it'd be too hard to tell in that regard. Okay.
Okay. So we'll continue leading up to you saw Romeo and Mel were dancing with two knights and quickly returned to the group and basically explained that they believe everybody here is real. And then you saw Lady Rasa herself come in wearing her full black black and purple armor, wearing the red porcelain mask.
Okay.
So from there, we will resume. Unless you want to say anything, Lucian.
No.
Okay.
He'd probably be confused at why she's here, and also, I don't know about the mask. Lucia doesn't know about the mask.
Nope.
Neither does Mel.
Yeah, so neither of us would say anything. Okay.
And the only person that actually knows would be Romeo, and she's not here. Alright, so everybody, we will resume. As y'all see, Lady Rasa herself has been announced, and she looks to be being escorted by a group of Inquisitors who are making their way down the steps. What is y'all response to all this?
She looks really mad.
What is that mask?
I don't know, but I've never seen her wear it before. Have you?
Not that I can think of.
And we'll just say you see Romeo is just staring in pure terror.
Maybe Mace has seen her wear the mask before, but he's all the way across the room, and I don't really want to split up again.
We should probably regroup anyway. Where'd Amadia go?
We were just talking about that when Lady Rasa came in, we were gonna go try to look for Amadia, but Then all this happened. Oh, it looks like Lady Rosa's approaching Mace.
As Mace, you watch Lady Rasa come on down the stairs wearing her full plated high-tech armor, and you see she stares at you looking through her porcelain mask that just seems to perfectly sculpt to her face, and she just stares at you, Mace, and goes, "Sir Mace, it is a pleasure to see you once again, and I do extend my gratitude for saving my kingdom."
Mace kneels and said, "Now I gotta think, because if I say anything wrong, I'm dead."
You see Lady Rasa just watches you as you kneel and kind of gives a chuckle before placing her hand on your shoulder and goes, "Rise, Sir Mace. You are a knight commander. I do appreciate you kneeling for me. Your loyalty is proven once again. But don't be so quick to bend the knee. A simple bow towards me would be perfectly fine given your station."
Yes, my queen. Yeah, stands up.
And gives you a nod, and then looks at the other knights who are like ramrod stiff at attention, not moving an inch. And you see many of the Inquisitors are looking over at you, Mace. And her 4 Inquisitor guards seem to be hovering around her, or just keeping you in sight. But you see some one by one as you make eye contact with each one. You see that they give a slow nod to you, almost looking like it's a nod of respect towards you. As the queen gives another nod towards you and goes, "I hope you are enjoying the ball. I know it's not typically your scene." Along with, and you see she looks back at your group who are all like gathered on the other side, and you see they're nervously. There's a good number of them that are nervously looking in your direction, and you see Lady Rasa goes, "I know this isn't typically your scene, but we have to do right for the nobles to make sure they understand we can have some celebrations every now and then, and to make sure every noble here," and you see she seems to raise her voice as it seems to echoes through the hall, and goes, "How every noble here knows that I'm putting my trust in you, a human, to be a knight commander. So they know how serious I am about you."
I see, my queen.
So if anybody disrespects you, they disrespect your honor in my honor. So please, if anything comes up, you have full authority to command the Inquisitors as you see fit. And you see the Inquisitors all look over at Lady Rasa, and you see a lot of them have very confused faces on them as they look at Rasa. And you see Lady Rasa looks over and goes, "Oh, is that not allowed?" And you see the Inquisitors immediately stiffen up and they bow their head towards Lady Rasa, and you see Rasa just chuckles, looks back at you, and goes, "Like I said, you can order them as you see fit. So please don't be afraid to use them."
Are you sure? 'Cause ain't there brain work? Ain't there your curation?
Sir Mace, you are a knight commander, and and you may not know this since this title was recently thrust upon you. A knight commander in terms of war will have access and authority to command all soldiers of the Rasa kingdom. You are basically becoming my second in times of war. So, you only need to listen to my authority. Everyone else has to listen to yours and mine. Is that understood, Sir Mace?
Yes.
Good. I'm expecting a lot from you, Sir Mace. Prove to everyone here and prove to me that you have the honor of being not only the first human knight in the Rasa kingdom, but the first human knight commander in the Rasa kingdom. Clear a pathway for all the humans that will follow in your footsteps.
Yes.
Very good, Sir Mace. Now, I'm going to take my seat. Enjoy the party. Dance with somebody. Eat. Drink. Go have a good time. Because for who knows when's the next time we'll be able to host something like this. Farewell, Sir Mace. And if you need anything, be sure to ask the servants to provide anything you desire. And you see Lady Rasa just gives you a nod before she resumes heading out. And you see the Inquisitors quickly stick behind her as she ascends the stairs going to the upper platform. And you see one by one the three individuals who were sitting in their own smaller throne-like chairs all stand up, and they all bow their heads towards Lady Rasa as she passes by before sitting in what looks more like a lounge chair, but very well decorated. Looks to be fit for a queen as she just sits down and looks down at everybody as the guards take their positions. What do y'all do?
Mace exhales.
Stops clenching.
Honestly, though.
Sorry, just to clarify, you said she was leaving the room?
No, she ascended the stairs to go to an upper platform.
Oh,
She's
okay.
on like
She
the
was
other
leaving.
side. No, she didn't leave
No.
the room just yet.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to Mace.
Okay.
All right. Mace, what's going on?
I guess move you over here.
To be completely honest with you, I have no idea.
Well, that's not good. Um, I don't, I don't know what we are supposed to do here. Like, do we just? Do we just? Did she say anything about the mask she's wearing? Does it mean something? Is it a
No,
war mask?
no, I never seen her wear that mask, nor she talked about it.
I, none of this makes any sense. Um, we. I don't even know what to do next. This is your place. You have any idea?
Nope.
Awesome. All right. Well, all right. I might die. I'm gonna turn and walk towards the stairs the rest went up, and like I'm not gonna like try to force my way past. So I'm gonna like walk up and see if they allow me to approach, or like if they allow me to ask permission, or like fucking jump right away.
Okay, so you approach the stairs, and as you get closer, immediately you see two Inquisitors who are at the bottom of the stairs. You see both of them immediately stand in your way, and you see that they block your approach as they look at you. You hear one go, "What's your business?"
Want to talk to the good lady?
"Wait here." You see one of the Inquisitors goes up onto Lady Rasa. And after a short exchange, you see the Inquisitors comes back and goes, "Lady Rasa will see you. Please, go on ahead. But note,
Thanks.
any weapons that is drawn, we will kill you."
Noted.
And they move out of your way as you ascend the stairs. And going up the stairs, you do take note of the three other individuals who are on the higher platform that are sitting in three out of the four throne-like chairs. And you do recognize all three being the three house lords from the first time you were in when you were back in the throne room. You saw that they were arguing originally with Lady Rasa about the original Warforge red magic attack. So you see all three of them are currently sitting in their throne-like chairs with Lady Rasa in the middle, in the center of every thing. And you see that she currently just sitting down with her arms, her hand clasped, as she just seems to be staring out in front. And you see, as soon as you make your approach, she turns her head towards you and kind of sits up more straighter. And you hear her go, "Lucian, it's been a while."
It has. We've been working. I gotta ask, lady. Um, what has been happening? Why are we war? I feel like we've been gone a little bit, but it's not been that long.
Yes, the declaration of war is a tough pill to swallow, I understand. But things have been happening in the background that sadly leads up to this. I can't go too much into detail, but your group, with the exception of my new knight commander, I don't expect any of you to partake in this war on my behalf. I just ask y'all kindly to stay out of it. So go to the Dwarven tribe, go to the Slain Kingdom, or go visit the Elves. Just stay out of my way.
I don't. Let me. I have a question and a statement.
I may have an answer and an opinion.
Well, if there's anything, you guys' opinions. We've known each other how long? How many times you told me to go fuck myself?
Fair.
You have a whole kingdom of people that look up to you. More than anything, I mean, you borderline are divine to these people. Understandably so, you uplifted them from hell, basically, right? And all of us, including me, are grateful for that. And I understand being stolen from by and believing that it's the enemy from that long, long ago war, conflict, however you want to word it. But there's something else going on that I think if we end up going to war, everyone is going to lose everything. Not just us, not just the Empire, everybody. And I've been trying to tell everyone we meet about that so that hopefully everyone can come together, but the world is so stuck on everything that's happened before. Great atrocities are not excused and they will not ever be forgotten, but we cannot let them define how we go forward. I've been learning more about why my way of thinking and how we just have to fight everything, kill everything that just fights us and it's evil without fully understanding it. I just feel like I'm always failing. You know what I mean? Always making the wrong decisions, always making the wrong choices. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to convey here. It's just I want you to think it through. I know you got your war get up going on. You look honestly pretty intimidating. More so than usual. Respectfully. But I think we lose more by going to war than we do by trying to find a way forward. I've been thinking about this for a while. To me, you are the single biggest sign, not sign, beacon, potential maybe, to usher in a new age of hope. I think the world could be impossibly different and better with you leading the charge. I just think it takes the right step. I don't know what that step is, but I just wanted you to hear that. I don't know what side we'll end up on. I really hope it doesn't come to blows with anybody overall. I don't know what the future holds, but thanks for everything, regardless, no matter what is on the horizon.
You see, she slowly reaches up and places her hand on the dark red porcelain mask, and she slowly takes it off and seems to slide off very smoothly as she clutches it in her hand and places on her thigh and looks at you and goes, Lucian, like you said, we've known each other for a very long time. And in a way, I consider you an acquaintance to be very upfront with me. I consider everyone here one of my children. The people I look out for. The people I have to protect. And if I see an issue, I do whatever it takes to correct the issue. Whether it has to be peacefully or with extreme violence. I know the potential I can hold. I know that the new age of magic and technology is in my hands. And you see she looks down and looks at the mask. I can bring so much joy. I can bring so much happiness. I can usher in so much peace. I can extend the livelihood of nearly every single race. But at the same time, and you see she puts the mask back on and motions for the Inquisitor next to her and goes, I can also create weapons. I can create dangerous weapons. I have created dangerous weapons. I created a weapon so powerful it can wipe out an entire nation in just one night. And if that weapon were stolen, what would you do? Would you let our enemies use it on us? Would you let our enemies use this weapon that I have created to be used on my own people? No. I don't know about your answer, but I, for one, will not. I will not just sit here when I know who stole it. I know clear as day. And as soon as they figured out how to use that weapon, millions of my own people will die. I refuse to let that happen. So if I have to go to war and sacrifice thousands to save millions, I will do so. In the name of my kingdom, in the name of Rasa, I will murder who I need to ensure the safety of my people. You are one of my people, Lucian. But you are not my creation. And I accepted that. That's why I allow you to stay here, so you can find yourself. And look at yourself. You're a hero of my kingdom. You successfully taken out the forgotten gods and protected my kingdom. I owe you and your group so much that you don't even know. That's why I'm willing to grant you anything you desire. I'm willing to help you in any way, shape, or form. If you need a bunker, I can provide. If you need someplace, a safe travel to another kingdom, I will provide that transportation. But this is my choice. I will not allow your greatest desire to outstrip my own desire for peace. For my own desire for the peace and safety of my people. Lucian, I respect you. I respect your words. And don't get me wrong, I do hear you. But sadly, war is the only path forward right now. War is the only path. And with Mace as my knight commander, he will do the honors of leading the first assault against the Empire. You see, she kind of looks down and seems to take a very deep breath before looking back up. Was there anything else, Lucian?
You're so certain on who took it, and you asked me what I would do. Well, I wouldn't have made something like that in the first place, but we're past that. It's an impossible situation. It's a fear of them using it against you. But what if there's even a shred of possibility that it isn't the Empire itself, it's someone there. You start a war, and then what then? You know, and you said we've killed the forgotten gods. No, we have. We're not even close. I don't know what this is. He gestures to the whole room. A ball in the middle of somewhere, and sorry, clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Was I Lucian? Was it said to me by Mel and them that they heard that
Yeah.
these might be real people? Okay,
Mhm.
You were on the couch when we were talking to Akora, so yes.
okay, okay. And that all this, we're all here. I I don't know, but if this is really the path you want to take forward, I understand, because you make your own choices and you've never been one to budge. But I'm telling you, one day, war is going to be the only thing everybody knows. Back and forth, back and forth. Bloodshed, bloodshed. You killed my last generation, I'll kill yours. It'll go back and forth until time immemorial, until we're all fucking gone. And I don't think that's what we want to see. You have the power, as you said, to uplift everybody. Everybody. You could end the bias against our people in a fucking month, tops, on a large scale, just by being humanitarian. I mean, you have so much respect for the world and fear. You're my hero. And I just want you to see that the only way to really change everything is to someone to say, I'm gonna try something else. Maybe we can figure out who did it. Maybe we can get it back. Because think about the worst case scenario. You attack, this sparks something, and then the weapon gets used anyways. At least now maybe there's the reasonable doubt that you don't know that it's gone yet, or that you don't know who took it. I don't know. In my time moving around, I met a lot of good people, and good people are gonna die. I'm trying to be better. Mel. Sorry, not Mel. Romeo. We met her sister, or something like her. And I was so sure that she was the one responsible for killing this innocent person on the train, or on the bus. And without second thought, I was going to kill her. But seeing the way my friends looked at me when I was so ready to do that, it made me remember what it used to be like to be not an asshole. And I made a decision that I'm going to try and find another way. As much as I can. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm not saying I'm... You want to know what my biggest desire is? Now? In this moment? It's to see you light the way forward for a better world without perpetuating what's happened before. Because how long before you become the oppressor that you once broke free of? That's what I'm terrified of. I won't take more of your time. He'll give a little bow and start to kind of turn around.
As you turn around, and you're on a raised platform, so you have a high viewpoint of everything that's in the ballroom, and you then take notice that everyone is looking at you. The Inquisitors, the Knights, the Nobles, everyone's attention is on you. And it would be Mel. You can hear as you're. Well, I'll ask you, Mel. What is your response to seeing this? You just saw Lucian go up to Mace and then make a beeline to Lady Rasa herself. And somehow you hear that his voice seems to be projecting through the hall. Like it seems to be louder than most conversations and the music around. And soon you hear all the conversation dies. And it's just whatever Lucian have stated. So what is your response to all this?
And I noticed that like everyone is stopping and staring at him, right?
Yes.
Even Isabel up here who moved forward.
Yes, she is staring directly at Lucian. As you look over to Isabel, one thing you do take notice as you checked on her, you see she's not only looking at Lucian. You, based on your distance, you do catch that she seems to be smiling. She seems to have a very, very big grin on her face.
And everybody's quiet. Nobody's like, do I hear any whispers coming from like this group over here?
Nope, everyone is quiet.
Okay. I'm just gonna start making my way towards Lucy.
Okay. Mace, what about you? The only difference is you did not take notice of Isabel.
Yep. Ace will also start heading towards Lucian. Also, ooh.
What
No,
are
no.
you-
I
what are
want
you
to
doing?
rotate. I'm trying to rotate instead of doing something else. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're raising yourself.
Go down. No, not negative. There. Stay. How do you rotate again? I don't remember.
15 feet into the air.
Hey, Mel.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah, you can
You
just do that.
slipped in on the acid in my monologue.
Okay, me. Let's go use stereo keys.
Romeo, to catch you up, Lady Rasa approach. She came down, approached Mace, congratulated him on being a new knight commander. Talked to him about how there's a coming war coming up, and how him as a knight commander in times of war, he would take command of every single soldier under the kingdom. That includes the Inquisitors. And Lady Rasa went up to the higher platform where Lucian went to Mace, talked to him about what to do now, and came to Lady Rasa and gave a big speech about how to try to avoid war and try to find a better way than going to war to avoid all the bloodshed. And as Lucian was giving the speech, you would take notice that everyone seems to turn their attention towards him. The Inquisitors, some Inquisitors have even gotten closer. And based on your distance, nah, you wouldn't have noticed. So Mace, continue. Sorry, you were telling me what you were doing, or are you just getting closer to Lucian?
He's getting closer, but he also will look at his father
Mm-hmm.
and just looks at his father to see what his father's reaction is and compliment what he's going to do next later.
Okay. Before I reveal that, Romeo.
Um,
I know this is an awkward time. Oh, Mel, did you want to say something?
yes. Can I have now that Romeo is here? Can I have pointed out um Isabel smiling and seeming quite pleased? And then bring Romeo with me to Lucian, if it's okay with Romeo.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I was gonna
Perfect.
go up there anyway. So
But I did want to point out that your sister is smiling and looking.
yeah, it's not ominous at all.
And we'll say Cora
Yeah.
just follows behind.
And I think you missed the part, which what makes her fucking being creepy and smiling now even more funny. How Lucian made a point to say how he was fully ready to kill in the first encounter with Isabel with what happened. He was fully ready to kill her, and then seeing the look on his friend's face is made him remember something about not, and he laughed and said not being an asshole, and said he's gonna try to find another way. And now she's just standing there creepy smiling. So
You have a funny thought that he's going to get Sparta carried off the platform.
yeah, I saw some of the tokens turn on. I said, I'm cooked. Double down. But then I saw everything turn around. I was like, all right.
As the group approaches, so we'll go back to Lucian. As you turn around and you see everyone staring at you, including your group, who has seemed to have gotten closer, but you see they're cautiously looking at everybody else, and there is dead silence. No one's talking, no one's whispering, music is not being played. It is dead silence. What do you do?
He'll raise his hand and kind of wave. Does it seem like there's a reaction out of anybody? Besides, the obvious ones.
Give out a wave. Doesn't seem like there's any reaction.
I look at my friends and kind of shrug, like, I'm gonna kind of turn around and look at Lady Rasa.
As you turn around and look back at Lady Rasta, you see that a mechanical robotic helmet has seemed to close over her face. And you see she slowly stands up and just locks gazes with you and goes, a couple of things. First off, arguably the more important thing is, of course, you and your group defeated the Forgotten Gods. That's the whole point we're here. Isn't it? And you see she kind of looks down, and you see she seems distraught. And you see she kind of just shakes her head and looks back up at you and goes, yes, obviously. That is why we're here. We're celebrating the defeat of all of the three forgotten gods that were vanquished by all of you. That's the whole reason why Mace was worthy enough to become a knight commander. That is why I'm willing to give you anything you desire.
Mm-hmm.
In terms
You
of...
said,
Go ahead, Lucy.
sorry. Sorry, Lady Rasa. You said 3?
Of course. 3.
Mm-hmm. You mind reminding me what the third one was? those battles all blurred together.
Right. The third one was you suddenly hear what sounds like static, and you suddenly see the world itself, like not just the building. It looks like reality itself seems to warble a bit, and then you hear a what sounds like a crack as you see a tiny tear in the in the top right corner of the room, like or excuse me, a tiny tear right above where Lady Rasa is sitting seems to cut open, and beyond it, you just see what looks to be a pink magical void beyond, and you see Lady Rasa's head shakes violently before looking at you, and steady, and goes, "That was their name. I'm surprised
Right.
you forgot."
Been a long. How long has it been? Anyway. He, like, I'm perceptive enough. Like, like, it was not very subtle at her, like, that moment's hesitation or the confusion.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm trying not to cough. My voice is hard to do when I'm like having little asthma problems. Hey, Rasa, can you excuse me for just a moment? And unless you have your piece to say, I don't want to cut you with that. If you have something that you'd like to say real quick, I can wait a second. I just remember something I need to ask Romeo.
You are dismissed, Lucian.
And if after I speak with her, I did have more I would like to touch on. Is that all right if I come back?
I will allow it.
All right. Excuse me. And I'll bow and I kind of walk down everybody else.
As soon as you walk away, suddenly you see everybody seems to revert back, and music begins playing. People seem to go back to their conversations, like nothing seems to have happened.
And the tear's just gone?
The terror's still there.
Okay. So I walk up to everybody. I'm like, I don't know if I might have fucked up. I don't know.
Maybe we should walk away from the stairs before we talk.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's a good idea.
We could go back to our couch.
Yeah, I have a theory.
Mace, are you joining?
Yeah.
What?
I'm very chaotic every time someone says the word couch to make a joke as a casting couch.
That's the Temple of Desire, so who knows how it'll go. But anyways.
Shit! Fuck. Oh, wait. Oh no. Probably not well for illusion. Okay. So, when I mentioned to her that we hadn't beat the Forgotten God, she said that that's the whole reason why we're here. And then there was a moment where she seemed confused, looking at her hands like, is it? So I think you might be right. These are real people, and that's actually fucking her.
I think they're under some kind of And we heard, well, your voice was like amplified. That's why we headed over to you.
And
Oh.
if they're not, uh, if they're
But
not
these
fully
c-
real people, maybe they're just.
You heard all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
we heard everything. Isabel started smiling when you were talking. It was
Maybe I should
a little
talk to her.
creepy. Maybe, but maybe
I don't know if that's a good idea.
maybe this is like the pink mist. You've seen, you know, how a succubus, when I unfortunately charmed that incubus, they'll literally do or say anything that, the person wants them to. These feel like puppets. As
Yes, and
somebody
even,
who's been a puppeteer before, this feels very puppety.
and I don't think that Lady Rasa is herself just trapped here fully, but some sort of manifestation of her desires that's here and somehow probably affecting her out in the world. I don't know.
Again, maybe we don't say the D word. Lady Ross is
What
already saying the D word a lot.
What happened if you reject it?
Because it's not real. We know it's not real.
But it could be more real than we think it is. And that's the
I-
scary part.
I
But
have
like,
a
we didn't
stupid idea.
defeat the gods.
That's
know
the...
that. And she said 3. I could have sworn there were 4 pairs of eyes in that painting.
You guys told me that there was 4. The first one was the murder one, the second one was this one, and that there was 2 more. There's 4. Unless
So why is
there's
only one
3
of
and they're
them-
not counting the goddess of the D word.
No, there's no way.
But then why would there be 4 pairs of eyes in that painting in the first place?
I don't know, but
Oh,
why would we're in this temple of this. Why would the goddess want to, be slain if 3 forgotten gods taken care of, the 4th one happens to be the goddess of this temple?
it's so much simpler when it was werewolves.
It was so much simpler when it was werewolves.
Right.
I can hit those.
Mm-hmm. If she thinks there's only 3, does that mean there's one that was so bad that even the other ones forgot about it?
Yes,
I don't know.
The goddess of this temple excluding herself, or is she excluding one of the others?
I don't know. When you were talking, that weird fucking rift thing showed up.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I have a really stupid idea.
We shouldn't go through it.
I wasn't gonna go through it, I was just gonna touch it.
Push someone else through it and see if they die.
That's crazy.
I also have a really stupid idea.
What's your stupid idea? This is your room.
Is to reject the night offer and title.
We can try it. See if that's like rejecting your desires. And that'll get us out.
Yeah.
Either way, I guess shit happens. Romeo, while Mace goes and rejects the desires, Do you want to go talk to your sister? I'll go with you.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe not, but I guess we'll find out.
What's the worst that could happen?
Don't even say that.
Lucian, what about you?
Sorry? So what about me?
Yeah, what are you doing?
My idea. What if we can snap her out of it? If she's cognizant of what's going on, she can help us get the fuck out of here. It'd be hard pressed to find a stronger ally, especially right now.
Silence is your response to that.
I think everybody just laughed. Keep by yourself.
We're assuming that Lucian's saying this before everybody scattered.
No, I'm just talking at the air and moving my hands in the air.
No, you're explaining this to Akora.
He's just...
Akora doesn't know what to do unless he has to hit something, so he's just kind of sitting there.
Just nods his head. Yes. Let me know when.
I honestly thought you were talking to Mace until I saw that Mace had also moved.
Yeah, I don't even have the thing open on that side. I was looking at something else, so I didn't see anyone move. Pretty yapping about myself.
I just love to think that Lucian's just going, maybe we can snap her out of this. Like, yes, this is going to be on the way out. Guys? And he just looks around, sees everybody gone.
Just abandoning me.
Okay, you were if you said it before, we all scattered.
Yeah.
Mel would look at you. Okay, so you try that. I forgot what Mace was doing already.
Rejecting his desire. I'm gonna reject this.
I'm a little drunk still. But Mel, aka me, and Romeo are gonna go talk to her sister. We have a plan, we're splitting up, sorta, and Akora's gonna keep that couch warm.
Gonna look out.
We still don't know where Amadia is.
Amadia's gone. Like, Akora, stay here if shit goes wrong.
Hit
start killing
things.
people.
The floor opens up, the gate of hell happens, and we all eating sent to hell.
That's what you meant.
Okay. So, we'll just say, Lucian, you're going with Mace to go talk to Lady Rasa. I'm assuming that's where Mace is going.
Yep.
And we got Mel and Romeo heading to go talk to Isabel.
Yep.
Alright. Now I gotta decide which one is the most complex conversation. Okay. Mason, Lucian. As both of y'all are heading up. Y'all just heading up to Lady Rasa?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am in a minute.
As you approach the stairs, you are immediately stopped by the two Inquisitors at the stairway, and you see that they look at y'all and goes, "State your business."
Lady Rasa told me I was good to come back, and
you see they look over to Mason. You see that Lucian, you can take notice of this, but you see that they scan him and goes, they immediately bow their heads towards Mace and goes, "Night, Commander," and they immediately make way.
okay. Step on up.
Okay. As you'll step up, you see Lady Rasa still sitting in her chair, sitting in her lounge chair, and kind of just looking over the ball. And y'all still see there's a tiny little tear, like tiny little rift right above her, as she kind of just seems to not take any notice of it. And looks over at you, Lucian and Mace, and goes, "Back so soon, Lucian."
Yeah, it was a quick conversation. I you would notice, Mace. Lucian, you can't. If you could see facial expressions, he would be very confused about how the fuck he's approaching this.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I wanted to go check in with everybody to make sure that I understood. You had to remind me, and I thought you shouldn't have to remind me about something we did. And it got me thinking more and more. There's no way we defeated them all. There just can't be.
And
'Cause I remember a lot of fights, but we didn't do it all.
what makes
We
you
didn't
say
earn this
that?
ball. I just have a feeling they're still out there. Somewhere. I can't shake it. I think maybe we might have missed one.
Are you saying that there are 4 forgotten gods instead of 3?
Not necessarily. I mean, there could be. Who knows, right? But I just don't think we killed the third one. I think it's still out there.
No, you sealed away all 3 forgotten gods, so their influence could never breach this plane of existence.
Mm-hmm. Right, and you sent us that wizard to help us close it. To do it, right?
Which one?
I don't remember their name. You spoke very highly of them.
Hmm?
I suppose to tell you, Sam, what I'm doing. I'm testing the waters to see if I could lead her to believe that something, you know what I mean? Like seeing if she's just going along with whatever. I wanted to see if I could trip her up by saying something that didn't happen.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I'm seeing how she responds to that.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were like legit. I forgot the character's name. And okay, yeah, I got that. You see, at the mention of the wizard, she nods her head and goes, "Ah, yes, the wizard." See, you do remember.
Yeah, but you see, Lady Rasa, there's a problem. There was no wizard. And we have to defeat the gods. And he's gonna, like, lean real close. And he's just gonna scream. Rasa, wake the fuck up!
Man, this would have been a good time to transition to the other side.
It would be.
But Romeo said that Mel says she will be right back, so we're kind of stuck in this awkward moment.
We just stand there staring at each other.
Oh, how
Yes,
she
it is.
reacts when
You look
Mace
good.
when Mace rejects his title.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you were trying to do that. Probably should let you
Yeah.
try first, because I think we might not get to see here what happens. What happens now?
I'm not kidding. We have to wait for Mel because
So if that doesn't work and Lucian gets Spartan Kid off the tower,
Something like that, probably.
oh yeah, I never figure out when the first speech Lucian did how crap, Lord Broomswood looked like when Mace looked at him.
right. My bad. Looking out over at Lord Brimwood, you saw that he was staring just like everybody else directly at Lucian.
God,
Well, that's scary.
this is gonna be fun.
Hopefully, it's a quick be right back.
I turns out both of us get Spartan kicked before Mace gets to even reject his title.
You gotta wake up, bloody Rasa. This reality is false. And by the way, I reject the title. That's the phrase
That's
that
one
breaks reality.
Collapse of the world.
Well, I guess we can just do a build up while we wait for Mel to a certain point. Okay. At the screaming of Rasa, wake the fuck up. You see, Lady Rasa freezes, and you see once again all the Warforged immediately turn their attention towards you two. And even the House Lords turn their attention towards you. And immediately, you see that tear that's floating in the air seems to rip even farther. And you still see the pink pink magical void energy seem to be emitting from this tear. And then you see eyes. Multiple set of pink eyes seem to be staring out of the tear. And they seem to be looking around the entire room until they finally all land on both of y'all. Both you and both Lucian and Mace. And they all just stare. Romeo, you back?
Yes, I was muted.
No worries. With that being said, we'll finally go to Mel and Romeo to their conversation. So, Mel and Romeo, y'all walk up the stairs and you're heading to Isabel, who appears to be by the door with her hand behind her back and with a very stoic expression. Just seems to be looking out.
Hi, Isabel.
You see, Isabel looks over to you Mel, gives a quick bow to you and goes, "Ah, Lady Malazine, it's good to see you."
Um, I noticed that you seem to be pleased with Lucian's speech earlier.
What speech?
He did a whole big speech. You came to the railing and you had a big old grin on your face.
I did?
You did. Um, it's been a while. Maybe you're getting tired.
I'm debating
Mel is just gonna look over at Romeo.
I'm debating whether I should.
You see, Isabel looks over at Romeo and goes, "Ah, Lady Romeo, it's good to see you."
You don't have to be so formal, Isabel.
Of course I have to. Y'all are the heroes of the kingdom.
That very well may be, but you're still my sister.
I am? Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you're Romeo's little sister.
I am. I'm Isabel. That's right. And you see she gets quiet. And you see her eyes seem to glaze over before they refocus and look at you, Romeo, and goes, "Ah, Lady Romeo, it's good to see you again."
Um,
I'm gonna look at Mel.
Mel is going to, pretend to be trying to she's gonna put her arm over Romeo and get real close to her ear. Do you think we can snap her out of it?
I hope we can. I mean, that's sort of what I was trying to do, but it seems like she just went right back into it.
Well, maybe if we
Maybe
try
keep
harder.
going?
Yeah. Maybe call her by her full name.
I don't...
Well, you know her last name. It would be the same as yours.
Well, yes, but I don't understand what's happening. Like she doesn't.
I don't either.
Medicine, I don't think that's her.
He's messing everything up.
Lucian is.
Yes.
Oh.
He's
Why
mess-
is he messing? Why is he messing it up? I'm gonna follow behind.
He is messing up this room. He's messing up the design. He's messing up this game.
Oh, how is this game supposed to go? Maybe we can get it back on track.
Yes, that would be lovely.
We can be helpful.
You see, Isabel kind of leans over the rail and places both of her hands on the rail. Seems to be gripping it and looking over to Lucian. And y'all looking over, you see Lucian still seems to be talking to Lady Rasa. And you hear Isabel goes, "Mace was supposed to accept the knighthood. Or reject it. It was his choice. Room was made for him. He was supposed to be the big hero. You all were. So why aren't y'all playing along? Do you not like this game?"
Well, it's
if we're being completely honest, the last game, the last room, was a little bit easier to decipher. We just had to kill a bunch of shit, which definitively is sometimes easier than, nobles.
I think.
And honestly, technically, it's still going the way you want. Mace was going over there to make his decision.
Yes, he was.
Well, it's all up to Mace. As long as Lucian doesn't ruin it any more. And then y'all hear, Rasa, wake the fuck up!
Dear.
And you hear
Mel at that is just gonna facepalm.
and you hear Isabel goes, oh dear. That's not good. And you'll see the tear that's floating in the air above Rasa opens up, and you see the pink magical void beyond seems to fill up with pink colored eyeballs that all seem to crowd around the tear and seems to be looking all over the room before focusing on Lucien and Mace. And you see Isabel seem to tense up and goes, this room failed. Y'all broke it. So it classifies as an automatic fail. So sorry. This is the will of the god of desire. This is the will of... Yes, this is her will.
What does it mean?
What if I desire to start over? To start the room over?
And you see Isabel head completely does a 180, and you hear her neck crack as she looks directly at you and goes, no, you already used up your desire in the last room. The goddess of desire does not accept. You failed the room. No rewards. No second chances. And you see she raises up her hand, and you see she snaps her finger as it echoes through this room, and you see the walls begin to warble, and you see that more tears are seen to be ripped open all along the walls, as you see more eyes are peering into the tear. And Mace, as you're watching all this goes on, you're immediately getting ready to draw your sword. But as soon as you put your hand on the hilt of your sword, you suddenly feel like you can't move your hand. And you look down, and you see your hand has turned into stone. And you see your skin and armor is slowly turning into stone. As you're trying to move, more your body fully turns into stone. Mace, I need you... We'll see if this works for you. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. And if that doesn't work... If that doesn't work, just roll it by pulling up your character sheet. Doesn't work?
Nope.
Okay, just pull up your
Click
character
on.
sheet.
Oh boy. I'm dead. How do you do it manually?
Pull up your character sheet.
There you go, and just click on the wisdom. Yeah, I'm dead.
Saving throw, not ability check.
Oh, how do you... Oh, that one.
It might not be different, but...
Oh, a little different. Still dead.
You suddenly feel your body stiffens up as it keeps turning to stone. Lucien, you're looking over and you're seeing Mace is turning into stone. As you see his body seems to shift and pulls out what looks to be a stone sword and his shield. And you see it looks like he's being positioned, like somebody's moving him, like moving him one arm at a time. Before you see he looks like he's striking a pose as he gets turned into stone. And you see more of the reality is starting to change around as suddenly y'all see... Oh, well. Fuck me. That's not good. I may have forgotten to upload this map. Oops. We're gonna have to use this map as a placeholder. Give me 1 second. That's on me. I apologize. And I'll just theater in mind of this. As y'all suddenly see, the reality seems to rip open, and Lucy, and you look back at Lady Rasa, as Lady Rasa seems to be seems to take notice of all these tears, and then seems to take off her take off the mask, and looks around, and you see she's very confused on what the fuck is going on, and then looks down at the mask and goes, "What the fuck is going on? Where am?" And then you suddenly see everything goes black. As one by one, you all wake up, or you all open your eyes, and you're in this dark stone room. And you don't see anybody. As y'all look around,
We see each other.
yeah, y'all see each other. Y'all see both of y'all wake up. Oh, forgot. Y'all need to do this.
We must go around.
Wouldn't have that issue. Get out of here. As y'all all wake up, y'all don't see Amadia. And another thing y'all see is Mace, who is a stone statue. And another thing you see is Clint, as it looks to be expecting the wall along with L'Oreal, and seemingly just looking over and goes, "This is weird. This text, the script says something about a weird desire for honor. What could that mean?" And then you see he turns around and does a double take and goes, "Oh, y'all are back. What happened?"
I'm gonna look at Lucian. Okay, you broke the room, and we failed that room. We need to play along. If we don't play along, then it breaks the room and we fail. Oh my god, what the fuck happened to Mace?
Well, I guess that's the price of failure.
Is he dead?
Excuse me. You're just alright with this?
No. But if it's petrification, it's not death.
What?
Just don't. Everyone be careful. Do not touch him.
How do we fix it?
I think the only one that could probably fix it disappeared.
Right.
Also, Romeo, I feel like I owe you a bit of an explanation because you were there when not Isabel said I had used my desire already in the prior room.
Oh, yes, I was wondering what that was about.
We were supposed to kill Isabel in the first room, and I didn't want to.
Oh,
And I desired for us not to have to kill her because I didn't want you to have to go through that, and it didn't I didn't want to fail either.
thank you. Really, I don't know what to say other than that.
I didn't know that it was a one-time thing, but I didn't want to have to kill Isabel.
Well, now we do know that. So, somebody should, maybe we should fix Mace if we're allowed to, or maybe we're not allowed to because it's a punishment for us failing. But Mace didn't fail. Lucian was the one who messed it up.
Which you did
It
know,
doesn't make any
Lucian. I'm.
It's not your fault, but stupid game. Didn't explain the rules to us beforehand. How are we supposed to know?
Isabel didn't tell us the rules until you were already screaming. We couldn't stop you. All Mace had to do was reject or accept the prestige laid out in front of him. Um,
I, uh, I. Wow. See, that means that if we didn't. No, you said you desired for. Tell me the only reason we didn't fail the first one was because you did that? That I did something wrong the first time too?
No, I think we could have failed if we didn't kill Isabel. And I didn't want to have to kill Isabel. I didn't want to put Romeo through that. And I also didn't want to kill Isabel. So it wasn't you. It was me not wanting to kill Isabel or put Romeo through that. I jumped the gun and I told the goddess that I desired us not to have to kill Isabel.
Hmm. If it works like that easy, then what the fuck did I just do?
It might be
Rasa woke
different.
up.
It might be different for me. I'm me. I'm kind of connected to this.
There's there's I I don't know. I guess I just need to stop trying to help.
No, I think I think we didn't know what we were supposed to do. I can completely understand why
I
you
understand, yeah.
did what you did,
Not wanting to
but
play along with it, but I
I
don't really
think we
think we have
have
a
to.
choice.
I think we have to play along. Um, but to full transparency here. When we first started this journey, um, I started hearing the goddess's voice in my head, and we've gone back and forth on things. A lot of the times, it's a lot of me saying I just want to help people and not hurt them. But the goddess, I think, did affect Isabel, obviously, because, and that's why your sister has that mark. Is she's a daughter of desire now. When I wanted to save that child, I asked the goddess to help me locate the child. And with my mother sending incubus and succubi to us, I had the goddess of desire stop that so that we wouldn't have to deal with that.
What?
She's been talking to me for a while now.
And you didn't think that was important for us to know?
No offense. I was weary, as weary of you as you were of me. We haven't been traveling together long.
And yet, I went to bat for everyone to defend you despite that, because I thought I actually was about to know what it was like to have friends again. To not walk into a room and the only thing that I'm there for is to do something to somebody or get information. I could walk in a room and know there's someone waiting for me. I'm starting to feel good again. And so I went to bat for you. And that wasn't told. Now, I know that's hypocritical coming from me given recent events in a way. But how
Would
do
you
you.
would you rather have me not told you at all and waited until we faced this goddess and it came out like that? I
Mm,
trust you. And that is why I'm telling you. And I'm telling you the only times I've really talked to her or asked her anything was to try to help us, to help others. I am not a product of what made me.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not. Don't mistake what I'm saying. Don't mistake my frustration for doubt that you are anything but just a good person. Okay. That's not what I'm arguing. Or what I'm even frustrated about. I'm not sure I'm arguing anything.
Your frustration is valid, but I am telling you this because I trust you and I see everybody here as a friend, which I never thought I would have. I kept to myself. I went to the store and bought food. I went to buy whatever I needed to. I went home. I spent time at home. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't have anybody. I kept to myself. So I was a little weary because when people find out that there is a succubus among them, they automatically think, "Oh, she's going to try to take my soul or she's going to do some thing." And my distrust came from that, and I am sorry. I should have told you sooner. And in all transparency, I will be 100% honest and say that she just talked in my head and said secrets.
I,
I will tell you all from now on what is going on. It just took time for me.
I'm. My. I just don't know how we win. And that scares the shit out of me. And every time I think I'm starting to get a grasp on something, something new comes. Whether it's in the form of something like this, or a new enemy, or I don't know. But those things, I just don't know. there's a part of me that can't shake by giving and playing along and asking them for things that they're getting stronger, and we are thus accelerating the problem. But if that's what happens whenever, I don't.
I don't know how. I don't know what we do in this situation. Because if we're being completely honest, there's times that the goddess of desire doesn't seem all that bad, and it feels like we align on things. And then there are other times that I feel like she's a lot like my mother, and that scares me.
There's no way she could not be that bad. She just like what she does. Whether that's by ignorance of her power, if it's like a child, or if it's just Clint.
Yes, sir.
What were you muttering when we came in here? Something about honor?
Yeah. I'm starting to get used to how this is gonna go down. Y'all are, as soon as we enter a new room, y'all kind of disappear. Very concerning, by the way, and I have so many questions that y'all are inadvertently answering, especially towards our good Sir Knight over there. Anyways, yeah, I was checking out these inscriptions on the walls, and they're written in Infernal. So I think this is supposed to be made for the tieflings, but they talk about, it mainly talks about how honor can lead, how desire can lead to a great honor, and how honor can lead to great achievements. But it is dangerous to determine on what can trump the other. Whether it's honor that can go over desire, or desire goes over honor. It's a dangerous balancing game, from what I can decipher. But as soon as y'all popped up this new, this new script right here, sir, and it, if I can translate it correctly, and you see he kind of leans forward and like adjusts his goggles and goes, yes, it says, failed my test and now he rests. That's weird. I don't know why it's rhyming all of a sudden. Is that in reference to Sir Mace? And where did he go? As y'all look, y'all see Mace is gone. And y'all look around and you see, you spot Mace, but he's now by a door that is open now. And still in his statue form.
Can I go over there and like touch him? Because when we touched the statue in the first room, something happened.
Sure. You go over.
That is now an SCP.
We stopped looking at you and you moved.
He's trying to get, at least he's not breaking your neck. Roma, you go over to him and you touch his shoulder. And the oddest thing, he feels like stone. Like it looks like a stone statue and feels like a stone statue. But the oddest thing is he's still warm. Like he still has what seems to be a standard typical humanoid body temperature. But he's like, his skin is still hard as stone. But he's not like cold to the touch. He's still warm.
Um. Uh.
I think now that we know what they say, I think I understand. I don't think it's the god of desire entirely. I think it's like noble desire. Like the people outside, what if that's from a lack thereof? I don't know. Anyway, that's not what's important. I think Mace was supposed to do the honorable thing, and that we hadn't actually done what they said we did, which was kill the gods. If he rejected the offer, then he'd be rejecting getting something he hadn't earned, which is an honorable thing to do. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
That makes sense to me.
Yes, it does make sense, but
I have an idea.
Oh.
Might be a bad one. And this is going to kind of turn around and kind of look around. All right, goddess of desire or whatever your title is. I assume you hear me and you know we're here. Or you just tell.
She knows we're here.
That's fucking cool. I messed up. I'm the one that fucked it up. Mace was going to do the exact thing he was supposed to do. And I jumped the gun. It's my fault he failed. I messed up. And I apologize. And I'd like to ask for you to bring him back and let us try. Not the same one again, of course. But keep going. Or at the very least, let it be me instead.
You need to ask correctly.
I desire you to forgive me and us and let us keep going together. It was my mistake and I own it.
As you cast out your voice and it echoes through the room, you look around. As a minute goes by, and you see Clint is looking around, L'Oreal's looking around, and Clint's going like, "Are you talking to the god of desire?" I'm sorry. I'm just very concerned on that's the point we're at where we're talking to the forgotten this god when we're trying to seal her up. I'm just very confused on where we're at right now. And oh, look, Mace is back and points over, and you see Mace seems to no longer be stoned. It's like he's never was stoned to begin with. Like no dramatic shattering or anything. It's just like a blink, just a blink of an eye, and Mace, you're back to moving, and you're looking around, and you're very confused on what's going on. Because the last thing you remember is You were in the ballroom, and now you're in this big empty room, and you're kind of just being looked at by everybody right now.
Happen.
Just so you're aware, Lucian, that was your one desire.
Well, I doesn't matter much what I want anyways.
I just wanted you to know.
No, I get it.
Also, you might be right about what you said about desire. Um, when you were talking about it, she said desire can neither be good or bad. It's your task to determine which one is good and which one is bad.
Um,
So maybe you're on the right track.
So, all of us have to do that. In some way or another, right? Isabel said that that room was made for Mace. There's tests made for all of us.
and we have to pass them.
How do we even know? What if there isn't a good and a bad? Not objectively, at least. What if
I don't think it's about good or bad. But sometimes, in a way, the honorable thing to do isn't the good thing to do. I guess honor can be twisted and depicted in any different ways.
Well, I've never
Opinionated.
exactly been honourable.
I don't think it's just honor. I think that that's what this room was about. But you look at how the first room, that one seemed to be more about your desire to kill monsters, and I
What you're
ended the
willing
room
to
by
do.
making Isabel no longer a monster. So you wouldn't have a desire to kill her.
Yeah, it's
And again, I am sorry. I didn't lie to you, but I did omit the truth. I was just trying to help. And I honestly didn't know, especially after the Isabel thing and seeing that scar on her back, how to bring it up.
you know what the worst part is. I I don't think it would have failed. I mean, he hangs his head and kind of goes silent.
What do you mean?
Don't make me say it.
If you don't think we would have failed if you would have killed Isabel?
No, I think that was the key to success was to do it. As you said.
Just
It's
because.
the fact I think I would have done it. We wouldn't have failed. I would have done that. I've been the same person I've always been.
I guess coming from seeing one monster to another, Isabel, just because you are, in the eyes of other people, a monster, doesn't make you a monster.
No, just I'm the beholder.
And it's what you do. I could be out there. I even with you guys, I could be getting our way in things by using my charm, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the monster that people view me as. I want to help people, not hurt them. And Isabel didn't choose this.
I think any of us did.
Are you okay, Romeo?
We're in a temple to a forgotten god that we have to figure out how to deal with. She has some sort of hold over my sister. How could I be?
Completely understandable.
Sam, you said there's another door that's open now, right?
Yep.
Before we keep going, I need to talk to Igris and Valerian. I haven't heard them since the first room.
Oh.
I don't know how to do this, Malazine, if you...
Oh,
How to reach them?
I just talk in my head. I go. It's almost like meditation, and I just talk to her there. Mind you, Meliona is a lot nicer
Yes,
than
and
your two.
there's only one of her.
Well, besides that, it was very odd having Valerian in my head when he visited her.
Right, well, if everyone would like to stand on the other side of the room, far away from me as you can, maybe? Just in case something goes wrong.
Definitely get out of the way.
I'm gonna go in the corner. I'm gonna get, like, as far away from everybody as I possibly can in case I blow up.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna, in my head... Igris? Valerian? You hear me?
After a couple minutes of silence, no response, more time passes, and then you feel a burning sensation coming from the ring that's on your finger. And you suddenly feel it feels like two presents has entered your mind, and you hear, "You can't control us."
I don't want to control you. I just want your help.
You can't handle our help. Why should we give it?
Because I'm the only one who can help you. You want your bodies, right?
But what if we desire it? And you suddenly feel the room start to shake a little bit.
You can't do that.
Why not?
Because she's not going to give you what you want. It won't be real.
How would you know that?
How would you know that I'm wrong? Is that a risk you're willing to take? Burn the whole world down for the faint hope that she'll help you?
Romeo, make me a persuasion check. Oh, yeah, like, you're gonna fail this.
I'm
Although
nervous. What
Fucking.
if I
I love the
roll?
fact that Mace asks what happened, and everybody just gloss over the fact that he has no idea what happened.
Ooh, that's not great.
Here they go quiet for a very long time, and for a moment you don't feel their presence into your mind, and then you suddenly uh, feel Romeo D100 for me, please.
Uh-oh.
100. We're all dead.
The opposite of 100.
Okay. You suddenly feel the ring on your finger begins to pulse with warm energy that seems to go up your arms and seems to lock into place around around the center of your chest, and it seems to build more and more in the center of your chest, and then all of a sudden, you suddenly sprout two sets of wings that's come bursting out of your back. One in a vibrant orange color, and one in a dark red coloring. And you suddenly feel scales crawling up your throat, like from the center of your chest, going up your throat and covering the the bottom of your mouth. And you can take notice that fangs are popping out of your mouth as well as you begin coughing, and suddenly what looks like orange and red fire seems to breathe out of your seem to come out of your mouth as you seem to be coughing up fireballs.
Okay, that's not great.
You no longer have Egress Claws or Valerian Claws. Just because we're on a little time crunch and we're starting to get past, I will send you the info on what exactly you can do. But basically, you have a flying speed of 120 feet. And you can cast fire. You can cast fireball at ninth level, and you can cast. You can breathe fire. You can use a fire breath attack that has a range of 60 feet and does a shit ton of damage.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I'll
We're
update
gonna
the
look too well.
I'll update the information in your character sheet later. And you hear in your mind you hear the voice goes, "Keep your end of the bargain, and we shall keep ours."
Good. Glad we're all on the same page. Right.
As Romeo turns around and y'all see her in a very different form.
Well, shall we?
What the fuck?
I'm taking it. It went well.
I think so.
Seriously, what the fuck is going on?
Which part?
All of it.
I'd be
We
more
were in the ballroom.
specific.
And you turned to stone, and Isabel said that you failed, and then we were here, and you were a statue, and then Lucian said that he didn't want you to be a statue anymore, and then you want a statue, and then I had to talk to the dragons, and now, I don't know what happened. But I've got wings. That's about
Alright, that
it.
explains. Alright, that explains why all of you look like someone died.
Well, we knew you weren't dead. We don't know where Amadia is.
Yeah, Maria's not there.
Um,
You suddenly hear Clint go, "Y'all are the craziest group of people I have ever had the honor of meeting. Respectfully, of course, but wow."
look, I'm about just as confused as you are.
Which scares me even more.
Look, up until about 3 months ago, I was in the circus. Now I'm fighting a god. I've got dragon wings
Hold on, I have
And
a quick-
scales.
and scales.
Mm-hmm.
And I can breathe fire, I think.
That's kind of cool, though.
It is. I don't know.
I can't do that. I don't really do much with Meliona. I talk to her a lot,
Yeah,
but
well,
obviously I don't have wings or scales.
seems like Igris and Valeria are not really big talkers. Maybe this is their way of making up for it, at least in their mind.
Maybe.
But we should keep going, right?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if there's a time frame on this.
I think sooner the better, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all proceeding forward?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. As y'all proceed forward, heading towards the doorway, and Clinton, L'Oreal coming up behind, and you hear, as y'all exit the room, you are going down a hall, like a stone hallway, and you hear Clint goes, "Okay, I guess when y'all disappear again, probably, I'll take a look at the room and see if I can. I don't know what the fuck to do. I see if I can do anything on my end. I guess. This is all really interesting. I do have to say it's very fascinating. And as y'all keep walking down the hallway, you suddenly do see a door that begins to open up for y'all. And y'all enter.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll go in first.
Okay. As one by one, y'all enter. Echoes. I know it's late, and this is usually around the time that you dip out. Do you want it? How late is it for you? Do you need to dip out right now, or do you have
Yeah, I'm getting ready right now, but I'm behind to leave.
Okay. Don't worry. This should only take 5 more minutes. Okay. Then, as one by one, y'all enter the room. You suddenly feel a gust of wind that seems to sweep everybody up. And suddenly, y'all are in darkness. And y'all look around, and Lucian and Mace, y'all have no idea what's around, because it is pitch black. Melusine and Romeo, y'all do make out some stuff. This is what y'all see.
Fuck.
Lodi,
I know where
Romeo's
we
room.
are. I know where this is.
As suddenly y'all looking around, and suddenly y'all see a spotlight seem to illuminate a person. You see it looks to be Isabel, now looking like a more of a young adult. Looks like a almost looks like a younger version of Romeo, as she twirls around in her light, showing off her light purple skin. You see that she seems to be wearing what looks to be a ringleader's attire, as she has what looks to be some tan tight pants, black boots, a white blouse that's being covered by a bright red jacket, and what looks to be a black top hat, and holding a cane. And you see she opens up her arms, as you see she seems to be standing on a wooden disc that seems to be floating up, and you see she points at the empty stadium, and you hear what sounds like a crowd is erupting and applause, and you hear her go, "Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's main attraction! Put your hands together, ignite your souls for the hands of unity!" And as she calls out, one by one, fires are being lit up around this location. As you hear one by one, you hear Isabel goes, "Everyone, put your hands together. We have a great show for you tonight. But let's introduce everybody. Introduce our performers. First up, we have the one, the only, the great hunter, the hunter of blood, the hunters of the predator themselves. May I introduce the blood hunter himself, Lucian! And Lucian, you find a spotlight has shined down on you as you're standing on a platform looking around, and you see a stadium of people surrounding the location. As you don't you see the seats are all empty, but you hear applauding and cheering, and you're hearing Lucian, Lucian, and you hear Isabel goes, "Yes, our great hunter is gonna put on a hell of a show for you tonight. But don't worry, he's not the only one that's here. May I also introduce the future king of the Pride Land, the future king of his own pride. May I introduce one of the strongest men in all the lands. Everybody put your hands together for Akora!" As the spotlight shines down and shines on Akora as he's standing around very confused on what the fuck is going on. And you then hear Isabel go, "And now, may I also introduce the powerful, some would call her the seductive mistress of the night. Fellas, make sure you keep your hearts to yourself, because she will snatch them. Ladies, make sure you keep your souls to yourself, because she will take a bite. May I introduce the seductive mistress of the night, the most powerful in all the lands when it comes to magic. May I introduce the lovely Melusine!" As the spotlight shines down on you, Melusine, you see, looking around, and you're seeing the stadium of empty people, but you're hearing the crowd cheers. And then you hear Isabel goes, "And now, let me proudly introduce." Oh, wait, I just got one word. He is, in fact, here. He did make it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce the person who stood in triumph, who turned down a promotion, a title, to be here, ladies and gentlemen. May I introduce the honorable Knight Mace, as the spotlight shines down on you, Mace, you're hearing applause and cheers as you hear Isabel. What's up? We good? Oh, background noise. Sorry.
That was my dad.
Oh, my bad. Don't worry. We're wrapping up. You then hear Isabel goes, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and it's my privilege to introduce the star of tonight's show. The one who is gonna put her name on the map. No, on history. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce the best in the world, the best duelist, the best fighter, the best musician. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce Miss Romeo Nightshade as crowds erupt in cheers. And you see everybody's chanting, Romeo, 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 as it just echoes through the environment. And you hear Isabel goes, let's see what challenges awaits the hands of Unity. Let's see who can leave the biggest legacy in history. Will it be Romeo's group today who will show off what they can do? Or will her father still overshadow her to this day? Can she make a name for herself? Or will she still be known as the daughter of glory? We can only find out as every one of Romeo's group is going to participate in challenge. But we will never forget that tonight's main event will be a battle. Yes, a performance. Most of all. Because we have a special guest here today, ladies and gentlemen. The one who's going to prove whether or not Romeo has what it takes to step out of the shadows, to shine like the brightest star. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and my privilege to introduce the legend himself, the duelist of the night, the performer of the day. I am proud to introduce Mr. Glory. As the spotlight shines down, and Romeo, you look up the stage and you see your own father with his hands on his hip and drawing a rapier, and you see that it looks identical to the rapier you have, and he gives a very cocky smile as he locks eyes with you, Romeo, and you see he gives a very performance, like playful bow to you, and he gives you a wink before standing up straight as you hear Isabel go, let the show begin! And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.